Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the three types of prospects that you're going to come across in the market. Yeah, you might think to yourself, oh, there's 80 or 100 people that I'm going to come across, but there really is only three. And when you accept that, you're going to save yourself a ton of time. Prospecting on its own could probably be 100 videos because there is a ton of nuances on how to prospect your markets properly after you've identified your markets properly, after you've developed your pitch properly, after you're clear on what your solution is. I mean, there's a lot of steps, but I'm not going to get into that in this video, probably a future video. And if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. But today I want to talk with you about the three types of prospects you're going to come across. And my intention with this video is to save you a lot of time. Often people, they prep so extensively on every little nuance that a prospect might have. They spend all their time prepping and not enough time hunting. And so in my mind, I want you to spend 95% of your time in the market talking to prospects and 5% of your time tweaking. So let's just jump right into the three types of people you're going to come across. Prospect type number one are prospects with means and not need. Now let's define what that means. When I talk about means, I mean cash, right? Money. Means is the ability to pay for a product or service. So when I say means, it is financial resources. When I say need, it is they have a problem that requires a solution. That doesn't necessarily mean your solution. It means a solution. Our job is to try to match the solution with the problem at the price point that the market can afford. And of course, most of us know that that is a bit of a tricky waltz, which we'll get into. But that first group, which are the people with means and not need, are people that have cash and resources to buy what you do, but they don't need it. Or in their mind, they don't need it. And your job is not to convince them, right? That's old school leg humping. Instead, your job is to identify what challenges they have. And if you have a solution, put it in front of them. Visibility and credibility, you'll remember from the last video, which I will link up here. If you don't have a solution to the problem that they have, look to refer them to somebody that does that solution. This is an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. And somebody who you leave better than you find them are likely to come back around and buy from you when they have a problem to which you sell a solution. But so that first group are people with means, they have money, but no need. The second group are people with need and not means. So these people absolutely have a problem of which you have a solution, but they can't afford the solution at the price point you charge. Now, of course, you could always discount, but that's not my suggestion to you. If you're a high-level service, you have to sell at a high-level price point. If you are a low-level service, then you sell at a low-level price point. The people that buy from Neiman Marcus are not always, although sometimes, but not always the people that shop at the dollar store on a regular basis. Neither market is better or worse than the other, but there are services and products that have been customized to match that market. You will come across probably equally people with means and not needs, so they have money but they don't need you, or people that need you but they don't have the money to pay you. In my estimation, and this is totally unscientific math, about 45% of the people you talk to will have money but not need what you want. About 45% of the people you talk to will need what you have but can't afford you. We're looking for that third group. The third group are people with means and need. These are the people that have the money to pay for your solution and are in need of the solution that you sell. This 10% is the easiest group to sell to because they have the resources and they have the need. And it doesn't require you to hump their leg, chase them down, do any of that. They are willing buyers. These are people that once you establish visibility, they know you exist, credibility, they know you're good at what you do, they buy. They don't need to be led to buy. They don't need to be convinced to buy. They don't need to be presented to really to buy. They have a problem, you have a solution, and it's at the price point that they can afford. Once you realize that these three kind of groups of prospects are only three that you're going to come across, you can quickly manage the first two so that you have time to focus on the last. If you talk to, and 10% is kind of a unilateral number, but if I make 100 cold calls, about 3 to 5% on average will have means and need and be ready to buy right away. Of the 95 to 97 people that I talk to that either have means and not need, or need and not means, those people, about 20%, and again, not perfect math, but about 20% will buy something from us at some point, because those with money may get the need over time, or those with need may find the money over time, and so they will come in. However, everyone that we talk to, we've established visibility and credibility with. Once we've done that, we have achieved those first two stages of business development, and all that's left is profitability. That will come over time. The 10% that you want to talk to do not need to be hard sold. And so if you're talking to someone and you're chasing them, right, and they're not responding, they're not part of the 10%. They either have means and not need, or need and not means. And a lot of those that have need for the solution but not the money also won't engage you because they don't think that they can afford you. That's why it's important for you to let them know what you do, why it matters, and why people care, and give them a general idea of the ballpark of what you charge so they know where they fit in. Those three types of prospects will be 99% of your time investment. You might get the odd unicorn, although I don't know the fourth category. I just know those three. When you have that in mind and you're working your sales funnel, quickly try to identify which of the three categories they fit in. That last category closes really quick, and that's where you want to spend most of your time. But the first two, make sure that you leave them better than you find them, because those with the need and not money often find the money, and those with the money and not need often have a problem that comes up of which they'll call you, and you'll have an opportunity to serve them then. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment below or email me, Chris@GoCEO, and I will see you in the next video.